first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she had been deceived.
Grandmother said when she was crowned, "Coronations are a declaration of our hopes for the future, and I know she's up there finally keeping an eye on us." She would be a very proud mother just now. Recently, Prince William dropped a startling revelation about Queen Camilla, sending shockwaves through the royal family and the public alike. "Growing up, my mom often hinted at hidden dramas beneath the royal family's polished facade, steeped in age-old traditions and impeccable poise." What does this explosive revelation mean for the monarchy's image and their rapport with the public? Let's dive deep into the core of these shocking developments and the shifting shadows of royalty. Back in 1995, my mom would have already been aware of the hidden issues within the British royal family. For years, they were known for their strong traditions and unshakable dignity, but now everything has been rattled by Prince William's unexpected revelation. His words have sparked rumors, gossip, and endless curiosity, leaving even the most dedicated royal followers struggling to keep up. At the heart of this is Queen Camilla, once portrayed as the villain in what felt like a real-life royal soap opera. As we delve deeper, we uncover surprising decisions Prince William has made regarding Queen Camilla. With the clock ticking toward a major announcement, the world waits, wondering if this revelation could change the monarchy forever. Before delving into the recent details, let's revisit Queen Camilla's marriage to King Charles. Their 2004 wedding was a monumental event, preceded by careful thought and conversations with religious leaders and government officials. Queen Elizabeth ultimately gave her blessing to the union, allowing them to officially tie the knot. When the engagement was announced in February 2005, the reaction was mixed. Some celebrated Charles finding love again, while others felt it was too soon after Diana's death or remained fixated on earlier controversies. For William, who was 22 at the time, and Harry, who was 20, this marriage marked a significant shift in their family life. As the wedding day approached, public curiosity grew about how the brothers would react, but they showed maturity and public support for their father's happiness. The wedding took place on April 9, 2005, at Windsor Guildhall, followed by a blessing ceremony at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. The civil ceremony reflected the couple's complicated history, acknowledging Camilla's previous marriage. During the ceremony, William and Harry stood by their father's side, symbolizing their acceptance of this new chapter. William even took on a prominent role by reading a prayer, further demonstrating his support. Camilla received the title of Duchess of Cornwall, choosing not to take the title of Princess of Wales out of respect for Diana. For William, the wedding formalized Camilla's role in his father's life and indirectly, his own. While the royal couple resumed their duties, William returned to his studies at the University of St. Andrews, staying out of the media spotlight as much as possible. The years between Diana's death and the wedding were transformative for the royal family, shaping many of William's key decisions in the years to come. To understand the significance of William's recent revelations, it's essential to look back at Camilla's early life and the challenges she faced. Born Camilla Rosemary Shand on July 17, 1947, in London, she later became Queen Camilla, consort to Charles. Camilla didn't come from an aristocratic family. Her father, Major Bruce Shand, transitioned from being a British Army officer to working as a wine merchant, while her mother, Rosalind Cubitt, hailed from a family with minor nobility. Camilla's childhood was spent between the city and the countryside, nurturing her love for outdoor activities, particularly horses. She attended Dumbrell School in Sussex and Queen's Gate School in South Kensington before continuing her education in Switzerland and France. Rather than attending university, she worked as a secretary for various companies in London's West End. Throughout her life, she maintained a close bond with her younger sister, Annabel Elliot, born in 1949, a relationship that provided strength during the highs and lows of royal life. Camilla's journey into royal circles began in 1970 when she met Prince Charles at a polo match. At 23, she struck up a conversation with him, sharing a fascinating piece of history. Their ancestors had been romantically linked. Her great-grandmother, Alice Keppel, was a mistress to his great-great-grandfather, King Edward VII. This shared history, combined with Camilla's confidence, humor, and love for the outdoors, drew Charles in. However, the timing wasn't right for a romance. Charles was focused on his naval career, and the royal family viewed Camilla as an unsuitable match due to her background and past relationships. In 1973, their paths diverged. While he was away with the Navy, she married Andrew Parker Bowles. It was a well-accepted match in their social circles, but it left a lasting mark on him. Even so, he remained close to both her and Andrew, even becoming the godfather to their son, Tom, born in 1974. During the 1970s, she focused on raising Tom and her daughter, Laura, while maintaining her friendship with him. Among their friends, it was known that both she and Andrew had relationships with other people during their marriage. As pressure mounted on him to marry, he began dating Lady Diana Spencer in 1980. She seemed supportive of this relationship, viewing Diana's youth and innocence as no threat to her bond with him. He and Diana married in 1981, with her present at the wedding. By the mid-1980s, rumors began to spread that he and she had rekindled their affair. This was a challenging time for her as she tried to balance her emotions for him while being a wife and mother, all while staying out of the spotlight. The birth of Prince William in 1982 and Prince Harry in 1984 complicated things further. She was acutely aware of how her relationship with him could affect the young princes. As his marriage to Diana began to crumble in the late 1980s and early 1990s, rumors of her involvement grew louder. In 1992, things escalated with the release of a book by Andrew Morton, which openly discussed his relationship with her. However, the worst came in 1993 when the Camilla Gate scandal broke. A private conversation between him and her was leaked, sparking public outrage. She became the center of a media storm, facing widespread disapproval. Despite this, she stayed out of the public eye as much as possible, focusing on protecting Prince William, who struggled to balance loyalty to his mother with his father's relationship with her. The situation worsened as both he and Diana publicly admitted to infidelity in interviews during the mid-1990s. Diana's famous remark about 3 people in this marriage cemented her as an unwelcome figure in the royal family drama. Yet, she continued to navigate the challenges quietly, balancing public scandals with personal duties. Throughout this time, her priority was to avoid causing further pain for Prince William, who was already in a difficult position. When Diana and he finalized their divorce in 1996, their relationship remained delicate. They needed to manage it carefully to respect public opinion and the feelings of William and Harry. This period laid the groundwork for the complex family dynamics that would shape the years to come. Tom, like his father, was next in line to become the Earl of Enfield. He had married someone outside the Catholic Church, but after 21 years together, he and his wife separated in December 1994. This decision came just months after the death of his mother-in-law, Rosalind, from osteoporosis in July. Her father noted how tough this time was for her. By March 1995, their divorce was finalized in London's High Court Family Division. Just a year later, Andrew remarried Rosemary Pittman, who sadly passed away in 2010. The royal family faced another devastating blow in 1997 with the tragic death of Princess Diana, an event that shocked the entire world. Amid intense public scrutiny, she stepped back from the spotlight to respect the mourning princes and the nation. During this time, he focused on supporting his sons as they grieved their mother's loss. In the following years, he and she kept their relationship private, mindful of William and Harry's grief. They moved cautiously, ensuring that her interactions with the princes were handled with care. By 1998, she had privately met both William and Harry, but this was kept from the media to avoid further public frenzy. Slowly and carefully, he began arranging informal meetings between his sons and her to help them grow comfortable with her presence. Over time, they started appearing together in public more often, facing diminishing criticism. By 1999, they even attended a public event, a birthday party at the Ritz in London, marking a significant moment in her introduction to the public. However, gaining full public acceptance for her was not easy, as many people still deeply mourned Diana. A turning point came in 2000 when Queen Elizabeth II attended a lunch with her, signaling a shift in the royal family's attitude. William had mixed feelings about her. While he understood her role in his father's life, he remained cautious, torn between honoring his late mother's memory and supporting his father's happiness. By 2003, Camilla moved into Clarence House, his official residence. This meant William and Harry would see more of her during their visits. This period was crucial for her eventual acceptance by the public, though debates about her role and title continued. When he and she married in 2005, she was given the title Duchess of Cornwall instead of Princess of Wales. This decision was carefully made to respect public sentiment and ease the royal family's transition. To understand the complex emotions surrounding her title and role, it is essential to recognize how deeply people associated the title Princess of Wales with Diana, who had won over countless hearts. During her time with the royal family and even after her tragic death in 1997, Diana's memory remained cherished. When Camilla entered the picture, many saw her as an outsider, leading to the decision not to give her the same title. This decision respected Diana's legacy and acknowledged the strong bond the public still felt with her. At the time, the royal family aimed to ease Camilla into her new role and improve public perception. After her marriage to Charles, Camilla faced significant criticism, as many blamed her for the end of his and Diana's marriage. Instead of being titled Princess of Wales, she was given the title Duchess of Cornwall, allowing her to quietly establish her place within the royal family without drawing direct comparisons to Diana. As the royal family evolved, changes in tradition and public opinion became evident. Initially, it was announced that when Charles became king, Camilla would be known as Princess Consort rather than Queen Consort. This choice aimed to reflect public sentiment and differentiate her role from past queens. However, some experts argued that, by law, she would still be Queen Consort regardless of her title. This decision disrupted royal traditions and added complexity to the monarchy's public image. Over time, Camilla worked diligently to win public favor through her dedication and support of Charles. As Queen Elizabeth's reign neared its end, the question of Camilla's title gained prominence. Then, in February 2022, just before her Platinum Jubilee, Queen Elizabeth expressed her wish for Camilla to be called Queen Consort once Charles ascended the throne, putting an end to years of debate. For Prince William, this shift added another layer of complexity. As a young man, he had to balance supporting his father's happiness while honoring his mother's memory. The decision to give Camilla a lower title, like Duchess of Cornwall or Princess Consort, likely offered him some peace of mind, giving him time to adjust to her role in the family. Queen Elizabeth's endorsement of Camilla as Queen Consort, though possibly challenging on a personal level, provided clarity from a constitutional perspective. As the second in line to the throne, William had to consider potential issues that might arise from having a princess consort rather than a queen consort. Throughout these changes, he maintained a calm and composed public image, focusing on his royal duties and family. His relationship with Camilla evolved significantly from the uneasy feelings he had following his parents' divorce and his mother's passing. As the public's acceptance of Camilla grew, William continued to navigate his responsibilities while maintaining his family relationships. However, the challenges surrounding Camilla were not limited to her public acceptance. Reported tension between Camilla and Princess Kate, William's wife, added another layer of complexity. Subtle disagreements between them became more noticeable over time, particularly during key events like Charles's coronation. Prince William's recent announcement further surprised many. In 2005, Charles had entrusted Queen Camilla's younger sister, Annabel Elliot, an interior designer, with redesigning his estates, including the Duchy of Cornwall. This effort modernized the properties and brought in significant revenue. Annabel earned substantial sums for her work, including $25,000 in fees and commissions before September 2011, and $115,000 for furniture and other items. When Charles became king, Prince William took over as Duke of Cornwall. By July 2023, he chose not to renew Annabel's contract for the 2023 to 2024 period, marking a significant shift in operations. This decision was not due to any issues with her work but signified that the duchy staff could now manage without her involvement. This marked the end of Annabel's official work with the estate, a considerable change given her long-standing connection to the royal family and her sister. Annabel and Queen Camilla have remained close, often seen together at public events, such as Wimbledon in July 2023. Annabel also played an essential role in Queen Camilla's coronation in May 2023, serving as a coronation attendant. William's choice to move in a different direction highlights his focus on streamlining operations and reducing reliance on familial ties, a departure from his father's approach. This decision also reflects his commitment to modernizing the monarchy and improving transparency, as demonstrated by his decision to pay taxes on his income, though the details remain private. By not reappointing Annabel, William signaled his willingness to break with traditions his father had followed. What this means for the monarchy's future and Queen Camilla's role remains uncertain. Upon marrying Charles, Camilla was immediately placed as the second highest-ranking woman in the British order of precedence, right after Queen Elizabeth II. However, in some situations, her rank changes, sometimes placing her fifth or sixth. Queen Elizabeth made a few adjustments to the royal order of precedence for private events, putting Duchess Camilla in fourth place right after the Queen, Princess Anne, and Princess Alexandra. Queen Camilla's role in the royal family was also highlighted when Queen Elizabeth lent her the Greville tiara and gave her the badge of the Royal Family Order of Elizabeth II. She now lives with Charles at Clarence House, their official home. They celebrate holidays at Birkhall and host family events at Highgrove House in Gloucestershire. In 2008, they set up their main residence at Lwyneywormed in Wales, where they spend summers and other special occasions. Sometimes, she uses Ray Mill House as a peaceful place to spend special time with her children and grandchildren, where she lived from 1995 to 2003. On September 8, 2022, she became Queen Consort when her husband became King Charles III after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Just a day later, on September 10, she joined the Accession Council, where Charles was officially declared king. She stood by his side with her stepson William as a witness. When she became queen, she shared that she wanted to make some changes to the traditional role of lady-in-waiting. She suggested turning the role into something more relaxed and calling it a queen's companion. This new position would mainly help her during official events but wouldn't include daily tasks like managing her schedule or answering mail. On May 6, 2023, she was crowned alongside Charles at Westminster Abbey in London. Then, in June, on the 16th, the palace revealed that Charles had given her the high honor of being named to the Order of the Thistle. Just a few weeks later, on July 5, she stood next to Charles during a Thanksgiving service at St. Giles's Cathedral in Scotland, where he was awarded the nation's top honors. However, unlike Prince Philip, she didn't receive a parliamentary allowance. Instead, her support comes from the sovereign grant. But this wasn't the most surprising news. During their time as king and queen, she and Charles have been quite busy. They've gone on 3 state visits and have hosted 3 as well. In March 2023, she traveled with Charles to Germany on his first trip abroad as king. Later that year, they visited France and Kenya in September and October. By November 2024, she stood by Charles's side again, this time at his first state opening of Parliament as king. It was another big moment in their royal duties. What do you think about the royal couple's effectiveness? Like, comment, and subscribe to share your views and stay updated on royal affairs.